in 1992, professional dancer Pat Cannon and pianist husband Dave Keys were looking to escape the concrete jungle of New York City up in small-town Sloatsburg, New York.
I always had horses, and I wanted horses again, and I wanted a place where I could keep them on my property and then be able to ride out my backyard. One particular day I spent 5 hours driving around Harriman State Park, and then all of a sudden there's this beautiful white farmhouse on a knoll with 2 red barns, and I said, that's my dream house. I want that place.
Fortunately for this creative couple, the old home was unoccupied at the time, and they had the opportunity to become its proud new owners.
This is the original part of the house, which was built early 1700s. This was the only room. I believe most of the cooking was done outside.
We had been here for a while, and one nice weekend day, somebody knocked on the door, and it was an older man. We had no idea who he was.
So we answered the door, and this gentleman introduced himself as Harrison Bush.
I'm Harrison Bush, and I'm a retired school teacher. I'm the village historian of Sloatsburg.
It turns out that his great-great-grandfather built this place in the 1700s.
Yes, the original builder was my ancestor, Henry Bush.
Harrison took us around the back, and he pointed out a spot where his great-great-great-grandmother was cooking bread one day in an outdoor oven. And Claudius Smith had come down from the mountains on horseback.
Claudius Smith, the cowboy of the Ramapos, was this bandit.
He was like a real bandit.
Claudius Smith was a notoriously feared loyalist and outlaw who, along with several members of his family, would terrorize the New York countryside during the Revolutionary War.
He demanded that she give him the bread. I don't know if he had guns or what he was doing, but I'm sure he was somewhat of a threatening kind of scene. And so she gave him the bread, and then he flipped her this British coin, which was called a sovereign. And then rode off up to his hideaway up in the mountains, where he was keeping stolen cattle and horses and stuff like that.
Fearing his inevitable capture, Claudius would hide out in caves up in the mountains, not too far off from Pat and Dave's own backyard.
I bet the bread was pretty good. Would have been better than mine.
We are very happy that Pat and Dave are here, and they've done such a nice job keeping up the place. I think that they are very good neighbors, and that we're very fortunate to have them.